Welcome to SpyTwoPodcast. I am your host Mutlatsi Q, and today's review is for the Orlando Pirates match versus the Amazulu. Oh, what a beautiful match for me as a Pirates fan. Come on, guys. If you had watched that match, I'm sure you saw Guti Amazulu was twerking the whole 90 minutes. Bekfiwa. Urile beka bayenze ludoti in that midfield. So as I give you this review, let's go through it together. First point. Urile, President Wama 2K. Oh my goodness, the way the boy was performing today was unmatched. Unfortunate to have missed that penalty, but nonetheless, you could tell that he was the conductor. Being able to speak to Abonem Chanjalan and Makaula in that midfield is something that makes him stand apart in terms of the number 10s we've had. We've tried Umbule, we've tried Umasangane, and it seems like we found something in him. So it's very interesting to see as we go into the last part of the season. So hopefully he can keep this up, and then we will be able to see if we can win this league. Sundowns with the 2 games in hand, but nonetheless, shout out to the Pirates, Danko, President Oma 2K. And also just moving into that chemistry that he has with Apollos is something that we haven't seen in a while. The last time we saw something like this was when Uteko was in the team, being the maestro in the midfield, drifting off into the left and the right side, giving the wingers the opportunity to drift into the midfield. It's something that we are finally seeing. The last time the Pirates won the league was when we were playing like this. Apollos and Moremi on the wings, they can't be stopped, guys. At this point, they cannot be stopped. Apollos got a goal. He was very influential. The communication between him and Maremi is something that we haven't seen since Utlo Sekholela was in that team. The only difference is Umuremi has the finishing product. He was unlucky with a few chances today that he couldn't have scored, but every time he was fed amabola, he made sure Guti Mnanding a first touch and to also make sure Guti he was on target. So I was very happy in terms of the team overall. But something that I want to tap into is the substitutes. I think they were hit and miss. Coach could have done something a bit better in terms of bringing on the substitutes a bit earlier. Umbutuma, as much as he had gotten the goal, I didn't feel as if he was the right fit for the game today. Nonetheless, he's a hard worker. He always makes sure that he delivers for the team, and he got a goal. And Dura Diopano coming in, I feel like the boy could have been given a bit more minutes, maybe bring him on in the first 45 minutes of the match. The match was dead and buried already. Amazulu didn't even seem as if they were going to come in and try challenge the Pirates. The last 15 minutes is the only time where I saw Guti, the guys were shaky, but nonetheless, we still had the defense to do the job. Usiema CBC, solid in the midfield. Solid in the back. Apologies. But yeah, a few communication hiccups, but nonetheless, they were still able to reorganize and to play with each other. Hoto on the bench, Ndaba came in. What a performance for the guy. He needs to start more matches, but you can't bench Hoto. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the coach navigates Leo's situation. But a player that can never be replaced unless he's injured, Sibilibili. Right back, right wing back. He was even playing as a creative holding midfielder. The passes he was feeding the guys. No, man, this boy is special. If he does not make it into the Bafana squad, I don't know what the coach is looking for. Pella, the way he was running up and down, you'd swear just because Uhoto was on the bench, he was given the opportunity to shine. I haven't seen him play such a ball the way he played today. So it was very, very interesting to see the amount of freedom that he had, the amount of trust that the coach has shown him up until this point. And it seems like this team has synergy, man. The boys believe in the system that they are playing. The coach also believes in the boys. Even though Rile missed the penalty, you could see that he was smiling, making jokes. You could tell the atmosphere is good. As much as we are here to whip here and to get these points, the boys also need to feel as if they have that freedom. So back to these substitutes, man. You know, Usipombula was expecting a bit more when he came on. Started off nicely, linking up with Mufukeng. I thought we were going to play with 2 number 10s at some point. The way they had so much freedom, the one touches. But he's not match fit, man, guys. I don't know what's going on with this guy. So this is something that we really need to start to try and understand. Is it a discipline issue? Does he have an issue with his diet? Does he need a fitness coach that will look after him 24/7? So these are the type of things that the Pirates is dealing with, not having enough impact to come on in the second half, if I have to be honest, compared to a team like your Sundowns, where everyone is super fit, super sharp. They can come on, they can play 90 minutes, and they can become the decision makers in situations that they are put in. And that example leads me to Uma Swangani. At some point, I thought he, with that one-on-one, after a good first touch, he was going to bury it and game, match, and set. But unfortunately, he couldn't get it past the goalkeeper. It was a good save. But even the way he was approaching that ball, man, he was sluggish. I don't understand what's going on with some of these big-name players that are supposed to come on and make the impact. Those are the players you could tell they are not really gelling with what the coach is doing. But I guess it's because they are not starting. But in order for you to start, you must perform. So maybe other players are performing a bit better in the gym, so they are getting the opportunities. The only thing that I wish was possible was evidence to be available for a match like this. We didn't need an Mbutuma. It would have been a good opportunity for him to come on, to play, and to show that he can bring some form of dynamism for the guys as a Bafana striker. Doesn't make sense to me how he keeps getting called up over Mbutuma, who's been starting of recent matches and is scoring, but yet evidence still gets the nod over him. And he does perform whenever he comes on for Bafana. But I think it's time for us to see what he can also do at club level, because at some point, there's only so much we can give in terms of trust. We need to see him get more minutes as we're going into the crunch time. And with the World Cup coming in, we always want to make sure that all our best players that we are going to be chosen, they are match fit and they are sharp ahead of a big tournament like this. But yeah, man, I think Coach Wadu, no. For me, he's been the best signing for Pirates. Coming in after a team that has won so many trophies in the last 2 or 3 seasons, to come in, continue with this momentum, instill his own way of play, and gain the trust of majority of the players. Not everyone will like you, so it's understandable that he finds a way to maneuver around the dressing room. The assistant coaches are happy. Everyone is happy at Pirates. Even the performances are showing it. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to bank that win when we drew 2-2 last week. But no, Pirates is in high spirits. We've won some trophies this season. So it was for me, it's been a good season. Good first season for this coach. We can only hope that if we do not win the league, we can win it next season. But nonetheless, I trust the coach to make it happen. Sundowns has too many games that they need to catch up. If fatigue is Obashaya, mark my words, we are definitely going to win this league at this rate. The Nemtangela and Makaola partnership in the midfield has been solid today. Solid. They can understand each other. You could tell that in terms of how they work in training, it translates whenever they are on the field. It's unfortunate that Umbata wasn't around, but his presence wasn't felt. Uguti, he wasn't playing today. The boys did a good job. They were solid. The communication level is on a high. The quality within the Pirates team, within those midfielders, is very, very high. So whoever comes in is able to step in and ensure that they do the job, understand the coach's instructions, and also give the support when needed. And it's nice to have those type of players that are robust, that are able to not only man mark, but to spread those passes, giving room for these wing backs of ours to go have a bit more freedom in those attacking positions. Solid, man. Solid stuff from the Bucks team. But last, we speak about Usipo Chain. The goalkeeper didn't even have a lot to do today, honestly, in my own opinion. I heard maybe a commentator call him 3 or 4 times throughout the whole match, which just shows you how Pirates were so dominant. But it's also the communication before they even get to him, with him and his defense was so solid today. He's able to command, to shout at them, even if it was a pop attempt. You saw him very upset. Uguti, this is not how we are structuring ourselves, guys. Come on, what are you doing? That's what you want from a number one. And hopefully this is an opportunity for the coach to see Uguti. He's a good communicator. On and off the ball, he's able to structure his defense, and is someone we need for the Bafana setup going into this World Cup. But overall, The team gave us a solid performance. We could have had more goals. Unfortunate, Urila missed. Masongane 1-on-1 as well. Yeah, man, we could have gotten maybe 2 or 3 more goals. Match should have been done and dusted 6-0. Easy, 6-0. But hey, goal difference is on our side, and we shall see what Sundowns has to do as they play catch up to us.